Welcome to the In Your City show. It is happy hour and it is almost Thanksgiving, which is even better. Are you ready for Thanksgiving?
I am ready for Thanksgiving. I say that, but it's like it always sneaks up on me because I never expect it to be as close as it is. And then next thing you know, did you know next week's Thanksgiving? And I'm like freaking out because I'm not ready
Or
for
the
it.
fact that you're super full and can't believe it's already over. It's like
Right.
you wait, and then you do all this preparation, and then bam, it's done.
Yeah. So,
Do you have a favorite Thanksgiving growing up that really sticks out to you?
that's a good question. I've always liked Thanksgiving because it's like you said, stuff yourself full of food and
You don't have to bring anybody presents.
okay, if we want a memorable Thanksgiving, I'll
Yeah.
never forget, and I don't know how he did it because who's open on Thanksgiving? I'll never forget my dad went and got the oil changed in our car on Thanksgiving.
You did talk about that.
It's like, what, why is he doing this on
Or did he
Thanksgiving?
do something else
But
and that
who's
was just a
open?
really bad
You
excuse?
got to remember it was 1970 something, but it's
So for
like
sure nobody was open doing oil changes on
it
Thanksgiving.
was. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point.
Uh-huh. What
God
kind of
rest his soul. He's not here for me
he's
to
not even
ask
to
him.
ask him. I'm thinking maybe there was something else stupid that he thought to do, and that's the only dumb
Yeah.
excuse he could come up with, and you guys fell for it.
Probably forgot to get something at the store and was rushing to get it
But
somewhere.
what store would be open?
Well, Walgreens is always open.
There were not Walgreens in
Yes, there was.
1970.
Yes, there
They were
was.
not open on Thanksgiving back then.
Yes,
They
there
just
was.
started doing that.
No. Hey, Google, has Thanksgiving always been open? Or Walgreens always been open on Thanksgiving?
That's what it says. Always.
Walgreens has not always
I
been open.
told
They
you.
began closing most stores on Thanksgiving in 2023 to give employees time off, though 24-hour locations
No,
generally
in
remain open.
2023
Before
they
then,
started
most stores were
closing.
open with adjusted or regular
No, you
hours.
said always. Okay, we're going to argue on the camera right now. I just don't think anything back in the day. Sundays, everything were closed. Holidays, everything was closed. Then we got so greedy with retail, things had to start being open 24/7. Even Black Friday, like, what is Black Friday anymore? It used to be, I mean, it would be, you would wait, and then people would be in line at what, midnight, and then the doors would open at like 3 or 5 in the morning.
Right.
What was it? And you'd go
Yeah.
in. Now, Black Friday is already started.
Yeah.
Every time I get on my phone, it's telling me there's a Black Friday sale. So I'm kind of confused of what happened to Black Friday because it used to be really something special. Now it just happens continuously, unless there's a certain hour where it is much better.
And your daughters are always gone on Thanksgiving night. We always
They
have the
love
boys.
Black Friday.
Yeah,
They
they'll stay
love
up
doing
all
it.
night. It's like a party night for them.
Yeah, but is it really, are they really getting that better of deals by doing it at that time versus the, um, all the week before? I think there
I
are
love the
some
stores that
certain
have the Black
sales.
Friday before Black Friday
Yeah,
sale.
that's exactly what's
It's like,
happening right now. So anyway, it is Thanksgiving week, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, Christmas will be here. I actually already got a few things uh, in the mail that I ordered that were personalized, but we are not doing a bunch of gifts. I'm not going to tell, but
no,
we
I
really
thought you
did
was
something
gonna
really
accidentally say
exciting.
it.
No, we did something exciting. I can
It's
hardly
not like
wait
our
till
family
Christmas.
lessons
Oh,
anyway.
ow. Yeah, they have no idea. Sorry, let me get you. You're shedding right now. And I just bumped about 5 diamonds are missing out of my ring now from banging it on the table. So we're bringing you happy hour. So last time we did it from well, actually, last time we were at the Ritz Carlton. Before that, we were up in our family room. And today we thought we'd bring you to the Love Shack, aka the greenhouse that Gordon has built outside, bringing our show to you live. I feel like we're in Florida in tropical paradise. We can see up to the sky. So if it was snowing right now, we'd see it falling on us. And I'm kind of glad that it's not actually. We got a little Christmas tree to start the festivities going. But it's, what's it degrees? Almost 70 degrees in here. Not bad. I got a
Yeah.
sweater on. So Gordon, this is his little sanctuary to be able to come out to. It was supposed to be just a small little area to put our plants in to keep from them dying because they're expensive when you're buying them every year. And then you feel so bad because you can see how pretty the palm is behind me. And we've got some banana palms back there. I mean, they really grow big and they're gorgeous. And it just seems terrible every year to just let them die.
This is actually my favorite place to hang out. It's like I come out here in the morning and just chill
Yeah,
out with my coffee and my Zen.
he's a Zen chick guy. He comes out here and lights the candles and sits in his little place and
I laugh at the King of Queens episode when Kevin James had the apartment all to himself and he finally kicked all the guys out and they came back over. He goes, I thought you got rid of this. He goes, no, and take your shoes off. And he goes and he's lighting candles and it's like that is me.
totally a king of queens you are. That is absolutely for sure. But so what are your favorite traditions? I know you remember the year that's sticking out to you is the year that your dad decided to get an oil change.
I know.
You know, whatever that was. But there are some fun family traditions. I did do the turkey trot one time. It was a 5K that was on Thanksgiving. I did it one time and I will never do it again.
Did anybody dress up as a turkey and run it?
Oh yeah, there are people out there dressed as turkeys, not me. It was enough for me to be able to finish it, far less dressed as a turkey to get through it. But it was fun to see so many people out enjoying it. Do you enjoy watching the Thanksgiving Day parade? I love turning it on.
Yeah.
It's like part of the day, being able to
it's
do
fun.
that.
I always like it when the balloons start to go. It's a windy day and those big giant balloons
Yeah.
are like flying everywhere.
This year they're adding the, what is it, Labubu? Labubu, that new furry animal
Oh,
that's so
no. What are
popular
they doing
right
with
now. It's going to be in the parade.
Oh, boy.
There's one more item that's going to be in the parade this year as well. And shoot, I'm totally blank on it, but there are two new items that will be in the Macy's Day Parade that haven't been in there before. So I guess we'll be watching it and seeing what is the ceremonial carving of the turkey. How many turkeys have you carved?
Probably 20.
See, I know that people like to order the turkey now or have the turkey cut to be able to save time, but there's something about seeing that gorgeous turkey on the table and then slicing, even though that's a headache.
I can't get
I
Christmas
love
Vacation
that.
out of my head when they slice it and the thing just goes
and
full of
explode.
air, yeah.
I know, but I just think that's a beautiful,
It looks great.
yeah, to have that. And then you start slicing it.
It's such a mess, though.
It is. Turkeys are a lot of work. I mean, you got to wake up in the middle of the night to turn the oven on and get it going. I think it's perfect when like your mom or your grandma's doing Thanksgiving.
And they're
But
taking care of
and they're
everything.
taking care of everything. You show up and everything's all beautiful. I do miss those days. My grandma always had Thanksgiving and it was always a perfect table setting. It was always beautiful. Then my mom started doing it, of course, and it was pretty but kind of makeshift because everybody was everywhere. I love when you can sit down all together. That I miss. I don't think it feels the same when everybody grabs a paper plate and sits around the house.
Yeah.
There's something
About
about
the table.
sitting at the table that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check and see if that's going to happen this year since we're not doing it.
I know. I got a feeling it won't.
Talk about relationship. Talk about how life changes. Talk about blended family when you end up going to Thanksgiving to your ex-husband's house.
Yeah.
Is that a great thing to be able to do that, or is that just
Should
really
we
weird?
feel-
We want to know.
Well, first of all, should we feel safe eating the food? That's why. Maybe I'll make my own drinks. Kev.
I mean, I know my kids think it's great that we can all get together, but it's so funny
Yeah.
to think like how you can
Wow, it's
hang
strange.
out.
Kelly and Gordon were the only ones that got sick that Thanksgiving.
So that's why he's
There
having
you
Thanksgiving.
go. We're gonna just put that out there now. So
But what's funny is I'll start barking orders though, because I want to know, are we all going to be able to sit down at a table together? How are you serving it? I'm going to want to know those
did
questions.
you hear that?
And he's
She'll
gonna be-
start barking
Yeah.
orders. It's on camera.
Yeah, and he's gonna be like, okay, wait a minute, I'm not signed up for this anymore. This
Yeah.
is Gordon's responsibility to handle the orders. So we'll have to see how that goes as well. Let's see. So, movie tradition. Do you guys?
Real quick, Thanksgiving
Yeah.
Day parade began on November 27th in 1924.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
When were TVs invented?
I don't know.
Well,
Well, it said it became a tradition with balloons and national TV coverage, but it doesn't really say when.
I mean, think about it. Now we can all turn on to our TVs, but people still come out in large, crowds to be able to see the parade.
You know what's interesting too? It
What?
wasn't until 1941 that Congress fixed the date as the fourth Thursday for Thanksgiving.
Really? So what was it before then? Does it say? I
It
didn't
was
know
the
that.
last Thursday of November in 1939, shifted to earlier, lengthened the Christmas shopping season, causing confusion. In 1941, Congress passed a law signed by FDR permanently setting. So
A law.
before then, it was always the last Thursday of November, but now it's the fourth.
Who knew? I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know either.
I see a little bug flying around our love shack right now. So, hey, cheers to you all that are watching. I hope
Yes.
you have your favorite mocktail or cocktail. What did you make for happy hour today,
A
Gordon?
little chocolate martini.
Of course you did. See? And I spilled some. It's delicious. It's very strong. We should just, you know what we should do? We should have a cocktail, do our show, happy hour show, and keep drinking during the show and see how the show progresses and how we change. Some people, when they drink, they start to get their tongue and their lips don't
That's after a
match
few.
up.
I think this.
What do you call it? What did you say?
I said that's after quite a few drinks, though.
Yeah. But I mean, if we kept doing, you know what I
Um,
just felt like when I go, yeah,
Let's do
I am completely
let's do the In Your City Show drinking binge show.
and see how our personality starts to change, how our words come out later. That might be a show we'll watch before it comes on.
Yeah,
and
nothing
then
like
maybe we
setting
can delete
yourself
it.
up for being used later in life. Look at this. Remember these two? When
Yeah,
they did- yeah.
But when I just went, yeah, like that, it
Like
made
it-
me think of my
that's scary.
favorite person right now who, I can't get enough of watching. It's Chit. CHIT, Chit. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
CHIT is what she said.
When CHIT, when he walks in, he says, anybody have a black person here? And the lady on the show says, yeah. And there's a white person too. No, I don't need that. I just need. And then at the end, he
Keeps
finds
going.
the black
Finally,
purse.
it's a black purse.
He
in the
is
end.
so
Yeah.
funny, and he always says success. And he has those bangs cut and those big glasses. Okay, you have to look him up on Instagram. I think he's on Facebook now too. I just started noticing videos come there, but sometimes you just need something to laugh because everybody has an opinion on social media now politically, and it's making me crazy. So I love that funny things come
Funny,
up on
yeah.
my page to watch, so I don't have to hear anyone's opinion and meme of what they think's happening in the world right now. So what is your favorite movie tradition to watch at Thanksgiving?
Well, I think Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is a good one because it's actually happening during Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
They're trying to get
that's
back
right,
for
to get
Thanksgiving,
home.
so it's an actual Thanksgiving Day movie. Boy, I don't know. I had holiday movies, but I don't have Thanksgiving movies.
Christmas Vacation or would be hilarious to watch. I mean, it's not Thanksgiving, but what are some
Because
what are
the
some
Christmas
Thanksgiving
story
movies?
is before Christmas,
Right?
That's
Yeah, is that
yeah,
thing?
National
Well, it's
Lampoon Christmas Vacation actually happens before Christmas night. You
Right.
know, all the families coming over.
Yeah.
You know,
It's always
Uh,
those old ones are such
yeah.
good traditional movies to be able to watch. Have you ever done karaoke during Thanksgiving? They say that's a fun thing to do.
Is she really asking me this question? Have I ever done karaoke?
No, for Thanksgiving. Oh, have you ever worked on Thanksgiving night then?
Yeah.
Not
there's some-
Thanksgiving night.
No.
Nobody works Thanksgiving night.
Yes, there are some
Bars
bars,
are
that are
open on
open on Thanksgiving night.
Did you
because-
ever work on Thanksgiving
I
night?
had.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Probably the night before. Isn't that one of the busiest nights at bars is the night before?
It is the busiest night, and it's funny that you should ask that.
Why? Do you
because
just happen to have some information about
It's
that?
called Drinksgiving.
Drinks.
It's called Blackout Wednesday or Drinksgiving, the night before Thanksgiving. And I said, why is it so popular? It's because everyone is back in town,
Yeah, getting together.
because most people don't work the next day. There's no cooking responsibilities that night, the night before Thanksgiving.
And usually for the people that are going out on Drinksgiving, probably don't have the Thanksgiving obligations to get up
Right.
and make the turkey. They're probably going to their moms or grandmas.
Bars run major promotions that night. Usually people are home with family and need an escape.
That's true.
And a few competing social obligations. So there's usually no other social obligations to go to
Oh, because
it's the night before
Yes,
Thanksgiving.
everybody's
so-
out.
Right.
all
And if you
right. Can you hear the geese? Would be funny if one plopped, a couple of them right on top of the roof right now, which could easily happen. There was like 50 of them out on the lake out front. There's So many
Yeah.
of them gathering out there. So then now, how about on the table? What is your, I mean, we all know turkey and ham usually is a staple. My mom always made tacos. She made some the other stuff too, but she'd always have
They were
tacos on
like,
the table. And they're just like Jack in the Box, but better, like the real Mexican beef on the inside and then fried. And she'd make those tacos on Thanksgiving. I missed that. I tried that the one year, but they're
was it
just weren't
on
the
Thanksgiving
same.
or the night before Thanksgiving? It
No,
was on
she made them
Thanksgiving.
on
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, and she makes pasta on Christmas. She still makes the traditional other stuff, but I start making
You
pasta
know, that's
pasta
something to
now.
talk about. Talk about families. Is it difficult sometimes to choose where you're going for Thanksgiving? Because
Yeah,
I
blended
gotta go to
families are.
my mom's. Well, I want to go to my mom's, so I gotta go to my
Yeah.
mom's. You know, it's
We
like
always
I always got to figure out. You go halfway through the day to one person's house, and then second
How
part of
did
the
you do
day.
it? Because obviously you were married with little kids before we got married. Did you have to did you split or did you do 1 year at one house, 1 year the next, or how did you
So
do
a lot of
yours?
times we just have them. Everybody would meet together at the same place,
Oh,
either
that's
this
nice.
side or this side. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we didn't because my husband his family was fairly large and then my grandmother and had it until later my mom did, but so we'd always have to eat twice. We'd have to
yeah,
eat at one and then leave and then go eat at the other, and it used to drive my mom crazy because of course I wouldn't be that hungry by the time, because you're always starving at the first Thanksgiving. So if you're the second Thanksgiving, which I have to admit my grandma's Thanksgiving was much tastier. My grandma was a really good cook. Everything was the perfect turkey, spread, buttery. So I mean,
look like a Norman Rockwell
it was. It
picture.
was a beautiful table. It was always set gorgeous, and everything was just so good on my grandma. Whereas having a larger family, that's the thing about slicing the turkey early, having everything ready. Everything's kind of hard and cold by the time you kind of walk around grabbing your paper plates.
Yeah.
So it's different. That's why I think I love that so much. But I think that I probably love mashed potatoes
Yes.
at Thanksgiving.
I'm a stuffing and green bean casserole guy. Those two things, for some reason, I love those two things.
Pumpkin pie and whipped
And
cream.
pumpkin pie.
Now, the best part is actually, to be honest, I love eating Thanksgiving. It's great. It's that later, like at 11 o'clock at night, when you make that turkey and mayonnaise sandwich and you have that cold piece of pumpkin
Yeah.
pie with whipped cream. That's literally my favorite time to eat the food. So that's a good thing to have at your house because then you get the leftovers.
Right.
So I like that. So let's see. Anything else about Thanksgiving that we can think of? We're oh, what would be fun is like some okay, are you looking for something to do at Thanksgiving? Sometimes you sit around, you eat, you're full, but what would be some great like ideas for families to do at Thanksgiving? I know probably one of yours is setting up the karaoke is probably not, but you could do like a family talent show. Like the Faust family, they'd be perfect to have the talent show. They've got 5 kids. They've got a son-in-law to be coming up soon, so probably gonna have grandbabies before they know it. But when you have each kid or each family member, I should say, where you have other family members coming in, have to do a talent show and you have to come up with a skit or something to
That
do.
would be fun.
What would we do?
Well, a skit. I
If
remember
we
as a
talent
kid, me
show.
and you both did this when we were kids. When we were younger kids, we'd always perform in front of our
Oh
family.
yeah.
Yeah.
If we told Kylan and Chance that they had to do a talent, they have to come up with a talent to perform at Thanksgiving. Well, Chance would love it. I don't. Kylan's getting older now. He's gonna be 13 in February. He may not. I don't know
It's
how
not
hip he'll.
cool. But, yeah.
Yeah, maybe as long as we're not putting it on Facebook or whatever. A bake-off challenge where it have like a where everyone has to bring their favorite cookie or dessert. Bake-off. Um, they'd set a thankful leaves tree. Each person writes one thing they're thankful for on a leaf, and then they hang it on a small tree, and then I guess, everybody, that's kind of a cute idea. I don't have the leaf, you'd have to really find a good dried leaf that won't crack or break on you, right?
Yeah.
Go with a green one? I'm not sure. One of those pretty red ones outside, I guess, that are for the fall change. Gratitude beads. Each person adds a bead for something they're grateful for and everyone makes a keepsake bracelet. Drop off plates to neighbors, firefighters, nurses, someone spending the holiday alone. That's a really great
Or serving
idea.
a serving in a food line to help the homeless on Thanksgiving night.
That's
Yeah.
a really, aren't we maybe supposed to help with the
You
food
know,
service?
the Brass Rail does a big turkey give.
They
give
do.
turkeys to families, and that's really cool.
I wonder if they're still doing that
They
this
are.
year. What you did,
Yep.
you found
Mhm.
out for sure,
Yep, they're still doing it.
because they were carrying on the tradition. They were wondering if they were still. It's a big task to take on what they
Right.
do. I'm so glad that they're continuing it. What a great idea to just surprise and go by like a fire station, um, or a police office, especially fire stations. You know, they have to be there and drop off like pies or something special.
That have to work. Can't
That's
be
a
with their
really
families.
that's a
Yeah.
really great idea. I hope that we do that, and I hope some other people do that as well. And then of course you can always take the family photo, which I always love to do that on the front porch. Drag everywhere. They're like,
We
oh
won't be
my
on the front porch
gosh.
this year.
I know. Christmas we'll have to get it Christmas
Yeah.
then and do it. Well, so cool.
I
All
like
right.
post dinner walk too.
What is it?
Take a post dinner walk.
That's hard to do when you're
Yeah,
really full.
but
And turkey, what's it? What is it? Trip to night? What's it?
trip tonight,
Is that what it's called?
tryptophan, I think, or something like that.
We should really look at our notes and find out what it is.
Yeah.
It's known fact it makes you super tired. It just takes you
Gets
out.
down. Yeah.
All right, so before we get to our first, we really want to introduce you to a couple people in our city and let you know about them and what they're doing. But did you hear about the golden toilet that sold?
The golden toilet.
18 karat sculptured toilet by Maurizio Catalan, said that right, sold at Sotheby's auction for 12.1 million. The buyer was Ripley's Believe It or Not, which plans to display the piece. I mean, I'm sure they have a lot of money.
It's an art
Ripley's.
piece. It was titled America. So what does that mean? It's an art piece, a toilet called America. So what's he trying to say there?
And
It's 223 pounds. That's how heavy it is. Well, it's solid
Wow.
gold. Gold is heavy.
wow.
So it's 223 pounds. Try putting that in the bathroom, plumber.
But
18 karat gold. Yeah.
But the thing is why and how many people $23 million could feed. So in all, that stuff kind of drives me crazy a little bit because Ripley, or Believe It or Not, had the money to buy this gold toilet, which I would never ever take a drive or make it one of my stop off to tour so I could see the toilet. I would never in a million years care to go there
Well,
and
you've
see
been
it.
to
Maybe
Ripley's Believe It or Not before. They got all kinds of stuff in there. So
but I only would have went in just because the kids wanted to see
Right.
it or whatever. I never. But $23 million could save a lot of people's lives. It's like the banana stuck to the wall
I know.
that with duct tape
And the guy who
that
bought it
sold,
ate
and
it.
then he ate it. And I get it; they're trying to make a thing, but it literally kind of makes my stomach turn to think of that kind of money. That gold could do so many things and could save people, and instead, it's just going to sit in Ripley's Believe It or Not. And the thought that anybody even wants to buy a ticket to go see it is really bizarre as well.
Well,
Look
I guess
at it.
most people wouldn't believe it, you know. The bidding started out at 10 million.
It started at well, I guess they're going for the price of the gold, maybe or something.
Yeah.
So it more than doubled in price. Is it usable? Does it actually flush?
Yes, it actually works.
Did anybody use it? Is what I want to know.
You know what?
It
If I
doesn't
was the one
say?
who spent $12.1 million on a gold toilet, I would at least say I was able to do that.
You were able to use it.
Yeah.
That's truly a throne.
Slightly used. How do you put that on eBay? Because they always ask you, is it new, like new,
Slightly used. Well, you got to make sure it works.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. All right, well, why don't we take a look? We're going to tell you about a few pop-up bars. So there's some great pop-up bars for the holiday season. First, let's tell you about those, which is 360 at Westport. It's going to be
It's called Up on the Roof.
yeah, it's gonna be in our December issue. We did a story on it. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. First of all, it's cool enough being up there on the top floor of the Gold Towers at
I
Westport.
like how it's called Up on the Roof because they are up
Yeah,
on top. Yeah.
but I mean, just incredibly decked out. Then you've got Tinsel Tavern, which is down at Ballpark Village, which is
601 Clark Street.
super beautifully decorated and fun, and those have those cool themes and that. And then of course, I'm
And
sure
that
this.
goes through November 28th through the December the 28th.
Oh, so even open after Christmas for a
Yep.
couple days. I'm sure there's the pop-up bar that's at the schoolhouse, public schoolhouse,
Yep.
which is in Cottleville. they've got a pop-up bar, and I'm sure there's other ones, but those are what we know about. And if you really want to kind of get in the festive mood, I know last year we went to one at Union Station. It's a regularly a restaurant, but they change it as a holiday themed, and I am blank on the name, but it's literally right when you walk in Union Station by the water. It's to the left right there. Cannot think of the name of it. Hopefully, we'll find it and be able to put it up here for you. But if they're having it again, that
It is open because I just saw a post with
Is
my
it called
daughter
the
on
train
Facebook.
shed?
Yes, that's it. The train shed, but it's redone to the sleigh shed, I think.
Yes, the
Yeah.
sleigh shed. That is beautiful. We actually went to that last year, and it's so fun getting the drinks because they're really all of the places really do a great job of making you festive cocktails and fun spreads to enjoy to eat. And sometimes you need a little something to get you in that holiday spirit from all the hustle, the bustle, working too much.
Right.
So it's kind of fun to be able to experience that. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at who do you want to take a look at first?
Well, you know what? When Thanksgiving coming up and the holidays coming up, nobody wants to drive anymore.
Pop-up bars, definitely.
So you don't want to drive to get to these pop-up bars, or maybe it's you want to use them for going to look at Christmas lights.
Oh, that's a fun idea.
So we're talking
Or
about
holiday parties.
yes.
You're in your high heels. You want to walk from the parking lot. In my case, I'm lucky enough I usually get dropped off.
Yeah.
But
We want to talk about NAS transportation.
let's do it. Let's meet Nadine. Nadine Senduk with NAS Transportation. We're so happy to have Nadine Senduk with us for our In Your City interview to learn more about NAS Transportation. And the reason why we're doing it is because we were so completely wowed by her service when we used it ourselves to go to a concert that we thought other people need to know about this. All I knew, and in fact, it took me a while to even catch on to Uber, right? Taxis forever and ever and ever. We tried out Uber and we're like a little bit nervous doing it. And of course, we've had the service, but having an actual luxury transportation take you somewhere is nothing like you've experienced before. And we're going to touch on a few of those things. And I think the one that stood out the most when I was talking to Nadine was safety. That was incredible. So welcome to the show, Nadine Senduk. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Thank you, Kelly, for having us today.
Oh, and thank you for bringing NAS Transportation to the light of us, because it was an incredible journey heading over to a concert, and we felt pretty cool when we got out of the
My
car as well.
pleasure
I'm not
all the
gonna
time.
lie.
Yes.
So let's find out a little bit about. Let's find out first, Nadine. You started NAS Transportation when?
10 years ago,
Wow. So you've been doing it a while. What inspired you to start NAS Transportation, and what was your vision on how you wanted clients to, or how you wanted to serve your clients, I should say?
I was inspired to start NAS Transportation because I saw a gap in the industry. Most driving services are transactional, but I always wanting something personal, relationship based in care, comfort, and trust. Seeing a familiar face, knowing who's picking you up,
Mm-hmm.
and feeling safe from the moment you step in, that's the experience I wanted to create.
That's huge. I mean, truly, that the whole thing about a familiar face and the safety. And honestly, we were going to interview you last week. And the reason why Nadine couldn't be with us is because her clients are so
I'm
important.
sorry,
That,
I couldn't.
no, the airplanes they're a mess right now with everything
Yes.
going on. And the first thing you said is, I'm so sorry I can't make it, but I've got to be there for my clients.
cover
Their
the
planes
client's
are,
needs. Yeah,
yes, the clients,
absolutely.
the planes were late and you were not going
Yes.
anywhere. You were going to wait there for your clients to
I'm
make
sorry
sure you're
that I
there.
missed it, but my clients, it's priority. So
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Most important. And knowing
Yeah.
that if I was waiting for you when I was getting off my plane, and knowing that there was no way you were not going to be there for me,
Exactly.
that's so important.
tired,
So
yeah.
we appreciated the respect that you have for your clients as well.
Of course.
When we got into your car, what was there? Gordon, there was waters for us. There were snacks for us. We're like, this is way too
You
cool.
deserve it. Oh, my clients deserve it. Absolutely.
So when they get into your car, what are some of the things that, happen with a client when they get in there? Like we had those free little things going on. What's an experience like stepping into your car, which we're going to do in a minute as well?
Yes, absolutely. Well, Kelly, what truly sets us apart is the reliability and peace of mind we provide. Your trip is guaranteed. We show up on time in clean, modern luxury fleet, and you can trust they will be taken care of no matter the occasion.
Yeah, I can vouch, extremely clean. We have been in some cars lately that literally I seriously looked at Gordon with a scared eye, like, what am I sitting on right now? The seats were filthy. The windows were wide open and the hair's blowing. Gordon had to actually ask, could you like maybe turn the air on and roll up the windows? It was really, really bad. So, I mean, we have been in the worst and we've been in some okay. You really don't know what you're going to get into
Yes.
with an Uber ride. You really, or a taxi.
Absolutely.
You really don't know. So I will have to say it was exquisite service when we got into the car. Love the accommodations of the little snacks, especially when we were coming home from the concert and we were hungry and thirsty
Yeah.
and we were able to have something on the way back. So we appreciated that so much. So many of you've earned, actually, I should say, you've earned a reputation for reliability, for safety, professionalism. What do you believe that builds the level of trust with your passengers?
That level of trust doesn't happen by accident. It comes from treating every client with respect and honesty. Over time, those repeated positive experiences create a bond where the client know they're in good hands every single time.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Absolutely.
Well, I think the best thing we could do right now is we're sitting here talking to Nadine, but let's take a look at her automobiles that she picks you up in and take a look inside it as well. I've got a couple more questions, and you're gonna know it for yourself that
Let's go.
NAS transportation is the only way to travel.
We're ready anytime.
Let's do it. So Nadine, many of your clients use NAS transportation for corporate travel, airport runs, and special events and more. What makes your service stand out in those situations?
What truly sets us apart is how effortless and supported we make the experience. For airport travel, we provide door-to-door services. We're fully commissioned by the STL Metropolitan Taxi Cab Commission and whole airport service clearance, which allows us to enter gates, terminals, and assist passengers and guide them to the vehicle without that confusion or stress. Where do I meet my driver? For the same concert and events, that commission allows us to parking closer to gates, entrances, deliver smooth, convenient pickup drop off right at the door.
Right. That is so important to be able to just get to the door and not have to walk far and lugging your bags, or if you're in a beautiful gown going to an event, you don't want to have to walk from the parking garage, and especially even at events. I mean, there's cocktails sometimes involved, and who wants to drink and drive anymore? So it's wonderful. For you. Yes, absolutely. Well, let me ask you too, for those watching, and listening and hearing your words and how passionate you are about your company, and they're looking for a trusted driver, what is the best way to be able to get a hold of you, Nadine?
So the easiest way to book with NAS Transportation is through our website, nastrans.com, or you can text us directly at 636-627-9607. On your first ride, you can expect smooth welcoming experience. You will receive clear update before pickup, and when you step into the car, everything is prepared so you can settle in comfortably. And my goal for you is to finish that ride thinking, this is the kind of service I didn't know I was missing. And I hope that first experience become a beginning of trusted relationship, not just one-time ride.
Right, exactly. And I can vouch for that, because when you picked us up to go to the concert, it was really nice to receive that opening text that prepared us what time you would arrive. And you even gave us information about the concert, knowing that, I shouldn't have a purse a certain size and some different information that was really helpful for us.
You can just leave everything on us and be comfortable.
No, it was wonderful. Thank you. Nadine Sendik, thank you so much. What a lovely luxury transportation service that you have. I can't wait for our next ride with you, and thank you for sharing your time with us.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kelly, as well.
Thank you, NAS Transportation. We love all that you do, Nadine, and making it safe for everybody to be able to enjoy their night or day or morning or ride to the airport, like she said. So
Yeah, or
thank you.
concert. Let me tell you what, concerts, she's amazing. We went to Little Big Town.
There it is.
Little Big
I
Town.
love that band. I can't remember the name.
But anyway, she dropped us off right at the front, and you know how they're always waving you off. Oh, you can't go in there. She goes, "Thank you very much," and
Yes,
just
I
drove right
can.
past them and dropped us off at the porch.
Because she
at the
set up to
front.
do that.
Oh my gosh,
That
it was
makes
great. Yeah, she was so yeah. Concerts was amazing.
Check out NAS Transportation. You won't be sorry. Pure luxury to go anywhere. All right, now it's that holiday time and you want to get away. Maybe you want to get away for the holiday. Maybe you want to get away after. Whatever it is. I know we are really due for a vacation and we actually sat down with them as well. Aura Travel is in our City Lifestyle magazines, but we went there as a customer because we're wanting to get a little bit of break and we were just wowed by their service. So meet Aura Travel, Chad and Jen Evans.
Evans.
Didn't have any
Good
notes in
job.
front of me, but it just came right to me. So let's take a look at Aura Travel. The In Your City show is out and about, meeting some new people again. And these new individuals are actually inside of the City Lifestyle magazine, our St. Charles. As you know, we have Clayton, Chesterfield, and St. Charles City Lifestyle goes to over 45,000 homes each month. And today we have selected to come in and talk to the owners of Aura Travel, and that's A-U-R-A, Aura Travel. And we're sitting here with Jen and Chad Evans, the owners. And so it's so good to meet you both. I mean, I met you, but to be able to sit in your actual office where you're at.
For
and
everybody else to meet them.
Yes, exactly, for everyone else to meet them. And of course, you have this office, which we're out in the Fenton area, correct? Festive area. Okay, I knew it was far for us.
Right.
We live in Newtown, and Newtown is not close to even anything in St. Charles. We're just off the beaten path of everything. So coming here, I felt like I was like, Dad, are we there yet? But you also have an office out in St. Charles,
We
too.
have one right in O'Fallon, Missouri. Yeah.
Oh, it's a great
And then
area.
one actually in Kansas City, right in St. Joe, up in that area.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, well tell us, as my questions go away because of these silly passwords you have to put on your phone, it's like, there goes my stuff again. So tell me about Aura Travel. First of all, how did you come up with your name?
Well, that was so we rebranded right after COVID. We have 3 offices. All 3 of them had different
BC,
names.
as I call it.
Right. All 3 of them had different names. We decided after COVID, it was time for us to either update our look and update our name, or make a change. So we decided that rebranding to a new name and naming all the offices the same thing was the way to go. And then trying to find the name was.
Yeah, well, after COVID, like, everybody was starting back up again.
Sure.
So it was like, if we're going to do it, that's the best time to do it.
Yeah, being in the
So-
travel industry during that time, no one was,
It was
they wouldn't
terrible.
let us outside.
Yeah. So we've actually been around for a long time. Opened in 2007 as Totally Trips. And we had since the other 2 storefronts are actually other agencies that we've taken on. The one in St. Joe we've had now for 14 years. 14 years. But it was more to build cohesiveness and also to add a new level of travel and service with our name and our agency. Which is why we went with Aura Travel, because it was a process, and we kept everything on the down low. We didn't even tell a lot of our staff that we were even looking at it, just because we wanted to work really hard in getting something that we thought would fit. And it's an A, which A is always the top of the alphabet.
Yeah, that's
So-
nice too, right? Exactly. Absolutely. Well, so you got started. What sets you apart from the other travel places that are out there? And I guess, what does travel like a pro really mean? Kind of give us a little background on that.
I'd say that one of the big things that sets us apart right now is so many agents are working from home. we have a lot of people who want to come in and sit down and meet with us and talk to us and get to know us and know who they're working with, as opposed to just working with someone who's working from home. Well, we have 3 offices that you can do that. So,
More personal
yeah,
aspect
not,
there.
not that we
coming
don't
in.
work with email and
Sure,
phone. You know,
right.
we
People
do that,
from
we
all
do that
over.
day. But some people, they're just much more comfortable coming in and getting to know you.
Well, and a lot of times people will come in, meet us one time, and then they're comfortable. And then they're like, now we can work mobily and we're okay. But I think sometimes there's so much out there on the internet now that is
Trustworthiness.
Yeah, it is. And they don't know who they're booking with anymore. And it's not like you're just buying a hamburger from a restaurant. You're buying a vacation.
Yeah.
And so you're spending thousands of dollars, and sometimes people have saved up for years to go on these trips.
Right.
And if you just spend it on an online, what people don't understand is online travel agent. So like they think they're booking on their own, but they're actually booking with another travel agency. They're not booking directly with the hotels or directly with the airlines. And so
It's good to know. I don't think most people probably realize.
We were
you know
actually
that.
talking about that on the way here, talking about how travel has changed. It's like, what did they do back in the old days? It's like they actually
the
had to meet
internet.
with
Had to meet
people,
with people,
and the
right.
agent actually had
Paper
to
ticket.
get on the phone and talk to someone, and
Exactly.
did no
Yeah.
computers, you
Yeah.
know, no internet. It was like, so it's nice to see that personalization is still there.
yeah, people always tell us, they're just like, oh, do travel agents still exist? We're like, yeah, we didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
The
And just like you said, that when you think you're just
on your
booking
own.
online, there's
Right.
somebody
There's
on that
somebody
other
on the
end
other
doing
end.
that that you don't know.
Yeah, and you're just booking with a call center or with a corporation. With us, you're calling us personally. You're calling our company. You're supporting local, and you're also getting that personal touch. So like you're not calling into a call center and hopefully you'll get the same person. You're calling me or calling my team, and we're handling it personally. And we're the ones who are making the calls. We're the ones who are staying on the line. We're the ones who are making sure you're okay. It's a big deal to have.
Right.
I mean, like it makes things run smoothly. And we always, it's funny, but we hope that you don't have to call us for a problem because we want it to go smoothly. But in case you do, that's where we come in.
Sure. Yeah.
Can you think about and you're probably going to talk about something recently that happened, but can you think about a service that that can be illustrated that you really had to go above and beyond, and especially with what just happened here in Jamaica, I'm sure you had some things, some phone calls to make, some personalization, some really had to get into that service side of it,
Yes.
you know?
So let's go back to a hurricane situation, because in Jamaica, we just happened, our company itself did not actually have anybody that week going. We had some they had
Coming
just come
up
back
or-
or coming up, so we were able to kind of maneuver through that. But I did post information on it, and we've actually people who are not even our clients who are contacting us asking, like, when are hotels getting opened? Are we going to be able to make it? And just asking those questions. And I've opened it up because typically it's hard as an agency to not want to help everybody, but you also can't. You know, we don't have control of people's bookings if we're not the ones who are booking it.
Right.
And it's hard to get that information, but we also know that sometimes it's hard because there's so much on the internet. It's hard to distinguish between what's true and what's not. So we actually posted on our site that if you have a question, feel free to ask us whether you're a client or not, because we're here to help. We're here to make sure that people can get to Jamaica, getting accurate information. But I remember it was years ago, and a hurricane went through. Lambert got closed down because they couldn't. It was like there was a storm. It was a tornado. It was a tornado hit.
Lambert.
And of course, it's not a hurricane in Missouri. But I literally sat in my pajamas on a Saturday on our couch all day long, rebooking people, getting a hold of people, getting people out, or like getting people home, or trying to reschedule their flights and all that kind of stuff. Because when you're in destination, or when you're just like, you know, that thing you don't know how to handle with the airlines, and that's a whole nother monster that we have to deal with all the time. But understanding then you can sit back and relax while we take care of it, as opposed to you being the one I've had people at the airport get stuck and they're calling me like it's delayed, and I'll get on the phone too, even though sometimes it's better to be right there and be able to talk to them. Those lines can be hours long.
Gosh.
And so if they're calling me, then I'm also on my end trying to help them maneuver
Sure.
and get to the right place. And then also calling the resorts and calling the transfer companies and all that. Like, we're tying everything together constantly whenever anything happens.
So do people feel like if they, like you just said, understanding that when they call another place or go through one of these, I guess, Expedia or things like that, that make you feel like you're getting this big discount or something like that. Is there a myth or something that allows people to realize that going through a travel agency is so much better, that they're not spending more because they're calling you?
Yes.
Yeah. So typically we're the same price. You know, if a cruise line offers a deal at $6.99 a person, we get that same price. The difference is I'm going to tell you everything that's included.
Yeah.
That $6.99 is just the fare. It doesn't include the taxes. It doesn't include the gratuities. It doesn't include the insurance. It doesn't include the drink package. So
Surprise.
your cruise, the cruise that
Right?
you think was $6.99 is now $2,500,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, why is it $2,500? Well, I'm telling you why. I'm not just letting you figure it out. You know, when you
Yeah.
go on
Right.
some site and start booking it and realize when you get to the end that now it's $2,500, you can't figure out why.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that people have a tendency to nickel and dime too much when it comes to their vacation. And honestly, our clientele is not somebody who wants a discount trip for like $200, as cheap as they can go. You know, I don't care where I stay. And it's funny because I actually was just talking to somebody the other day, and they're just like, well, we're not fancy, so don't worry about the room.
Set us up in a shack.
And
Good.
I'm like, and I told them, I said, it's not always about being luxury or being like the marble floors. It's about comfort. So sometimes you're going into a hotel that you're just like, well, I paid this really, really cheap rate for, but are there bed bugs? Is there service? Is the food good or is the food horrible?
Safe.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, and you may not care about your view, but sometimes when you just want to go out on the balcony and have a cup of coffee, you know, it's like things that people don't think about because they're so worried. And then when you get there, then all of a sudden it's like that money doesn't matter anymore because you're just like, well, upgrade me because I want to have this level.
Right.
And it's really our job.
Seeing everybody else enjoying it.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
exactly. And it's our job to figure that out because not everybody has the same level of experience that they want to have.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I always think it's funny when people tell me, they're like, well, my friend went here and just loved it. And I'm like, yes, but your friend is not going on your vacation.
Exactly.
You know, I'm not going on your vacation, so it's not my job to book you on my vacation or your friend's vacation. It's my job to book you on yours.
Yeah.
You know, and so we're not the cheapest, but we're also not the most expensive. So you could be getting exactly the same rate. We could get it cheaper. It might be a little bit more because we're using trusted wholesalers whenever we're booking. We're doing partners that we work with all the time. So I think that people, they want us to get as cheap as they can because they're going to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours looking for that cheapest deal when I could get you a deal within an hour. Or like it takes a lot less time. And think about how valuable your time is compared to what you're trying to save on a vacation.
What trends can we look for 25, 26 and on for as far as travel?
A lot more cruising. Lots of people are going to cruises. Lots of people are looking at Europe.
Bucket list.
Bucket list. Yeah, they're looking at. After COVID, people just wanted to go. Like they didn't care. They're like, we've been
And
stuck
not in
at
a
home.
camper.
Yeah, they're like, we want to go. So Mexico, the Caribbean, Jamaica sold out
Fun
like
and sun.
crazy because people just wanted to get out. But now people want to get experiences. They want to go places they haven't been. They want to see things that they see on TV or they see in pictures. Now they want to go see them.
Right.
So it's
So when
different.
you say cruises, there's a difference. You've got the ocean liners, but then you have the river cruise,
river
which is a
cruises.
bucket
My
list.
favorite.
Yeah.
So give us the experience of the difference between
And it's funny
taking
how we
ocean-
just said river cruise one time to you, and now I'm serious. Not only on our Facebook pages, but the commercials on TV have been popping up. And then I think my TV's listening to me.
Yes.
You know, it's like
we
what
were
is
sitting
going
there going,
on?
we have never watched a commercial of a river cruise on TV. It was a
Now here
football
they are.
game.
We saw 3 of them last night.
Yes, right in a row. We're like, oh my gosh. It was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
So we lived in Europe for 3 years. So we traveled all over. We've been more places than you can even imagine.
And that's important too, as a travel agent, because you know firsthand.
And that's the thing. But I tell people, I was like, the greatest way to see Europe is on a river cruise. Even after living there and experiencing it and flying to different cities for the weekend, when
rooms.
you're on the river cruise, you experience it in a different way that is different than anywhere else.
Yeah, and the kind of the difference in between the river cruising and the ocean cruising is ocean cruising, you're going to be on a bigger boat typically. You're going to be out in the middle of the ocean. Aside from like going to Alaska, Alaska's amazing. You're going to be running up the coast, so you're going to see a lot more, which we always recommend a balcony. But river cruising is going port to port, and instead of like disembarking like you would on a cruise, you're walking off the boat. And you're walking straight into like where there's small towns and there's wineries and there's castles and.
Is there longer as well when you get off the boat? I felt like when we were that you have a longer time. Like it seems like the ocean liners, you get off and you're running back to make sure that it doesn't leave you before sun. You're there before.
Yeah.
You don't get to stay in the evening. I guess
a lot of the river cruises will port overnight.
Yeah.
Because then you can go out. You can go out and enjoy the night, go enjoy the evening. And then instead of sailing at night like the cruise liners do, they sail in the day so you can go out and enjoy the view.
Yeah.
And you come around a bend and there's another castle right there, right in front of you, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and a little known fact is that a lot of the river cruises have bikes on the ship, and if you get permission, you can actually get off with the bike and meet the boat down at the next port if it's accessible by the bike.
Oh my gosh. Now, a year ago, I would have been excited about the whole bike thing, but since Gordon and I traded our normal regular bikes, which I'm sure that's what they have on a cruise ship, for a one that has a little motor on it.
The electric bikes, yeah.
We don't do regular bikes very well. I said I'll never get on a regular bike again. I couldn't wipe the smile off my face.
The river cruise we just got off of is Riverside. It's actually a brand new brand. They're a European brand, and they only have right now 3 ships. I think they're going for their 4th ship, and they're a little bit more luxury, but they've got one of the wider ships that you don't normally see, and it was so amazing, first of all, but secondly, they have e-bikes on the top.
We're in.
They have e-bikes.
That's how we roll now.
And just to bring up the fact that I know that there's a river cruise company out there that everybody sees. But that doesn't mean that's the only one. And honestly, they're kind of the Carnival level of river cruising. We actually use them for ocean cruising because they're a lot nicer for that. But the river cruising side of it, we've had some experience with them that are not great. So it's good to come in and talk about it, and then we can direct you whether or not there's a lot more options out there, and based on what your overall budget is and what your experience, what you want it to be. Then
so that's our bucket list, but you two have a bucket list too, because there are people out there that are watching going, oh, I have a bucket list, or maybe they have that special anniversary coming up and they want to take that incredible trip for their anniversary. You have 30 years that are coming up. Yeah. Tell us about your bucket list. You're your own customer right now.
We are. So
I'm gonna start first.
Okay, you go first.
Because this is something I'm excited about going and doing, but this was not my specific bucket list. This was Chad's specific bucket list.
Okay.
Because I've done a couple of different things, and he really, really is excited about it, which is why I'm leaving it to him to explain it. Because I'm now, after going through all of this and him picking out where we're going to go, I'm really excited about going, and I want to see it so bad.
But I kind of think I heard that this is Chad's bucket list. So I'm assuming that probably for the 35th, you're going to pick your bucket list then, is what I'm thinking is going to happen. It's your turn next.
That's right. Yeah. So go ahead.
So
see how that works? They're already talking about their bucket
list. It's the point system, Gordon. Remember?
Yeah,
the point system.
We always remember.
So we actually have lots of different vendors that we work with for Africa. So for us, it was finding the right fit.
Since Africa.
I was going to say Africa.
Yeah.
I left it open for you to say.
Yeah, sorry. So, yes, we're gonna be going to Africa. We're doing a 2-week safari in through Tanzania and Kenya. But we've got lots of different vendors that we work with, from the levels all the way camping to very high end hotels.
I'm not camping in Africa.
And, see, I was willing to camp in Africa.
That's where lions eat you.
I said
lions eat you.
What was the show we were watching where it's like it was back in the 20s or 30s or something, and he's in the tent and the lions are coming and they're sleeping in the tent?
It was oh gosh, it was I'm sure you all watched it too. It was just recently.
I know,
it was
I can't
very
remember
popular.
what it was. Yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
38 or whatever, 1880.
One of those, yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking? It was like before the Yellowstone,
Oh, okay.
the
The prequel.
family that was
Okay.
coming
Yeah,
to
okay.
it. It was that one.
Well, I did tell him, I said, no way, no how, because we were looking through a whole bunch of different vendors, and because when we did it, we did our research on what we wanted and what wholesaler we were going to go through, because we have a lot of really good partners when it comes to Africa, which is what makes it easier for us to maneuver what people want and what they need, because there's not just one. But the one we decided to go on, he was looking at it, and I'm just like, that looks like a tent that you sleep on the ground. I'm like, if I'm doing this, the one thing I'm not doing is sleeping on the ground. So I am not sleeping on the ground. We did a better one than that. It's actually pretty nice. It's like kind of that mid to upper level. I think one of them's even a glamping night.
Airstream.
So you are still giving that outdoor type feel without staying in a luxury hotel.
Exactly.
You actually want to be a little bit more wilderness.
Yes.
You're going to have the little hat with the net and the whole camouflage or whatever khaki looking outfit on, looking like what's the guy? He actually passed away. He used to swim with the crocodiles or whatever.
Yeah. Steve Irwin.
Yes, you're going to look like him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, but we're very excited. Her bucket list has always been Greece. Last year we got a chance to go to Greece. And it was
so
amazing.
you got a bucket list then, okay.
But what's crazy is her bucket list was Greece, but now that we've been, there's a new destination.
Yeah, we did Greece and Croatia at the same time, actually.
So, as soon as we get done with Africa,
what'll be the next bucket list, right?
Exactly.
I think you got to keep them coming. It gives you something to look forward to.
Once it gets in your blood.
What is the usual time that, I know people can book a trip in an instant if the availability is there. Right. What do you usually suggest when someone's looking to really fulfill that dream trip, or to take that special occasion? What do you think is a good amount of time to get ready for that and prepare and book?
So I would say a year to a year and a half. Is a good time frame, because it's not just about taking the time to figure out what you're going to do, but then you also have the ability to pay on it. That you don't have to do everything up front, and that, obviously flights come out usually 10, 11 months in advance, so you're going to be waiting for that anyways. But the actual bucket list option, it's fun to kind of get it all together, and so you want to have time to do it and not feel like you're rushed. Especially if it's going to be a big trip, then you're definitely going to want. I spent.
That's a good idea.
I know we were going to talk about this, but I spent. I would say 6 hours, I think, one night. A couple came, they were referred to me by their kids, and they're an older couple, and they wanted to go to Portugal and wanted to go river cruise and wanted to go to Spain, and so they had this whole plan, but they didn't know how to put it all together. And we spent about 6 hours from start to finish and planned out their entire, from starting in Portugal, like in Portugal, going up, doing a river cruise, going into Spain, doing a whole tour, going over to Ireland in Mallorca, and then getting back home. And it was one of their most, absolute favorite trips.
So did you hear that, everybody? She spent 6 hours with the clients, and that's before they even stepped on a plane. Okay, so
to make sure that everything. So when you say that, it's not just about flying and getting on the boat. It was preparing them once they're there, what they're going to do as well, things that they wanted to see.
Yeah. So we really do, and which is one of the reasons why I don't know. It's not every agency does this, but our agency has an office fam every year, and which means that I usually put it together, or Chad and I put it together, and we go someplace that our team has not gone, because I think being in destination and having that direct experience is much better than just looking online. Obviously we can't go everywhere, but now talking about river cruises, because they've become so popular, our entire team has now been on a river cruise. Gosh. We took them this year to Europe and went through Zurich. We flew into Zurich. We took a train to Germany, got on a river cruise, did 4 nights in Austria, finished in Vienna, flew to Paris, spent the night in Paris, and then they flew home. So it was like we hit 4 different countries in 6 nights.
Yeah. So you don't necessarily have to take the boat and then go all you could, if you wanted to stop in a certain area and then, like you said, fly to Paris and be able to see that. Those are things that you can do.
We can add on.
Wow, that's exciting. That's really neat. That's really different than what you can't think of those things on your own. So that's incredible. Well, so if somebody, let's see, if if someone's listening to this, what do you think the experience that, if someone's listening, if anyone's possibly listening out there,
I hope at least one person is.
So for those that are interested in traveling or anybody thinking about it, what is the experience that our travel gives to that person?
There you
Go ahead. You can start.
So I think it's really about a personalized experience, and it's about experience. We create an environment where we're knowledgeable. You know, I've been doing this for, I keep hitting the microphone with my,
Wakes them back up.
I know. Hello. No, I've been doing this for over 15 years now. And before that, you know, we lived in London. That was before we even started in the travel industry. And so I've been around a lot of places, and Chad's traveled a lot, and our team has, and there's a lot of experience, but it's that support where, you know, this is not our first rodeo. So if you do run into a problem, or you want to go to a destination that you're worried about, or, you know, some people think that also that we only specialize in if we need you just for a bigger trip, then we'll use you, but our smaller ones we'll just do it on our own. But we book directly with the cruise lines, you know, and you basically get a concierge with us. Understanding what a travel agent does and how it works is, you know, we're not charging you. There are some that charge a service fee, and honestly, using a travel agent is what we want you to do. It's not, even if you can't use us, use a travel agent, because it really does matter.
Yeah.
But we're getting paid by the wholesalers. We're getting paid by the hotels and that kind of, so it's not necessarily coming out of your pocket.
Right.
But you get us. So that's like a concierge level without having to pay the extra cost for it.
Yeah, that's great. And you said something in there too, just to say, when you're talking about you're not just a luxury service or those overseas trips, because I was mentioning how we want to take the family and try doing a
Rental house.
Airbnb or rental house. And you said, oh, we do those too. So I don't think people realize that as well, that you can help, because I've been scrolling for days.
Oh my gosh.
I've spent some damn scrolling, you know. And
She's obsessed.
I'm obsessed. Yeah.
She's actually in the bathroom for a couple hours. I go, are you going to the bathroom, or are you looking up travel places?
It's like, it's a quiet moment. I was not in there a couple hours, though my legs fell asleep.
No, but I've had people ask me about going to Niagara Falls, just something simple like that. You know, we do rail tours, you know, like we do in through Canada, and, you know,
Those
honestly,
always look
beautiful,
great too.
yeah,
They're
and there's
beautiful.
always even river cruising on the Mississippi and stuff. Like, we literally will tell you we can't do it, but even if it's just fun and sun, if you want to go to an all-inclusive or to a hotel, we really, there are agencies that have niches, which that is great, but our agency has decided that we are a full service travel agency. Even if it's an air only, we may have to charge a fee for the air because airlines don't like to pay us. But we do everything because we want to be your all-in-one agency. So that's really what our service is about, is that we're here for you however much or however little you want us to. You know, I had somebody who wanted just something put, like their TSA number put on their airline, and they had used somebody else prior, and they're just like, can you do that? And I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. And they're like, well, she said she couldn't do it for us before. And I said, well, if you ask me to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm like, we have the ability to do it. So, like, that's the point, is we're trying to make it easier on you so that you can enjoy your vacation.
And your travel agency will also make sure that
I was just going to say.
that you have a real ID, and that you know what to travel with.
We just went on a trip.
Something always
and he
happens
goes,
when he's why he
"Do you have
travels
your
with me,
real
I don't
ID?"
know.
And I'm like, she's like, a real ID? Yeah, this is a real ID.
I don't have a fake one.
fake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually over 21 now. And he
Between
says,
that and the time we were in Greece, and she told the TSA, she goes, "Oh, I wouldn't open that; it might explode."
I'm still here. I did not get arrested, thank goodness. I barely could get it closed.
Right.
And luckily, he took it as a joke
word
too.
you don't use.
And
at
of
TSA.
course, poor Gordon is having to walk a mile to go back and check
She
my
had
bag
every
because they wouldn't let
feminine
me
product in bottles and liquids that you could think of that I had
I'm
to
like,
go
I'm
take.
not throwing this away. There's no way. So he had to go. It's always an experience. I don't know why he takes me anywhere with him.
But yes, I
It
agree.
is.
Because a lot of times when we book,
I got one of those leashes like you have with little kids with Cal.
In fact, I went to
Just
New
can't get
York
too
with
far.
my daughter. She got a trip for me for my birthday, and I always, I'm traveling with him. Gordon says, if anything, just please do not take your eye off your mom. I need her to come back.
You're gonna make it.
I'm just like one of these little toddlers that get lost, and he's like, "Where is she again?"
She almost got lost on the trains at Dallas
I didn't
Fort
get
Worth.
lost. I got on
On
and
those
you didn't.
trams,
Oh, on the
back and
trams,
forth
right.
from A, P, C, and D. You know, it's like, yeah.
So can you just come with us so that I can?
Well, that's funny because we had an older lady who's around the area, and she came in one time and she just wanted a flight, and she had no family, but she has a neighbor who was going to get her to the airport. She has no phone that works real well, and then she also had a friend who was going to meet her on the other side, and
On the other side.
on the other
Not
side,
that side.
yeah, not that side. But it was a cousin or something on that there. So we booked her flight for her, but I had to get a hold of him, make sure he knew what time everything was, because she has no email, which you have to have an email now. And then I had to go over and I had to call her cousin who I'd never met, didn't know who she, and had to tell her, okay, she's going to get here at this time. She's coming into this gate and try, because I'm like, this poor little lady, I'm like, you're gonna, I don't know how you're gonna make it to get picked up, because you're gonna get off the plane and not know where. So and then I got her like, like the escort,
assist.
yeah, to get her to these
We
places.
need to get a temporary phone for those
Yeah,
people.
and I'm like trying to give them the
Oh my
confirmation so
gosh.
they can look it up, and it was, but she got there and got back.
Oh, gosh, she
So,
did it. See?
yeah.
She did it. We're good. Well, thank you so much, Jen, Chad, Aura Travel. If you are going to be traveling, make sure that you have expertise, help that care about you and making your experience something to always remember, not come home and go, oh my gosh, what happened to us? So that's what it's all about, just being able to have a lovely, wonderful experience, whether it's short, long, luxury, an average trip, and what might seem luxury to us might be luxury or might not be luxury to someone else. We all have different tastes and sizes and shapes that we want to experience. So thank you so much for spending some time with us and getting us excited to travel. We're all over the place right now on what we want to do, and I can hardly wait to be on an airplane and taking that first experience, that's for sure.
Which we are actually heading to Mexico tomorrow morning.
Okay, starting to get jealous now. Cut the camera. Enough of them. Africa, going to Mexico tomorrow. We're no longer friends. All right, thanks for tuning into the In Your City show and taking some time to meet these lovely people, the owners of Aura Travel. All right, ciao.
Ciao.
Thanks.
Thanks, Aura Travel. There you go. If you're looking for a great place to take a trip, no matter what it is, whether it's flying, whether it's a cruise, whether it's a river cruise,
Train ride.
Aura Travel's, they're your people to call.
You know what else she said too?
What?
She can also do rental homes. So if you're looking at doing like a Vrbo or an Airbnb or something like that, she can also help you with that too. I didn't know that. So
yeah, that's awesome. Something that a lot of people do that we didn't mention earlier on Thanksgiving night is go to the movies.
We said our movies at home, but we didn't say
but
that's
you
right.
can, yeah. And a lot of times they wait till the night before Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving to release some of the new movies because they know people are all going to be free and able to hit the movie theaters. So why don't we go to Marcus Theaters and let them tell you what is hot at the movie theaters this Thanksgiving and through Christmas.
Hello everyone, Ian here, and welcome to a brand new series we call the Marcus Hot List, exclusive to In Your City. Through the Hot List, we're going to highlight both upcoming releases and specialty events that you'll want to keep an eye out for here at Marcus Theaters. Coming up, the first big release you'll want to look forward to is Wicked for Good, directed by John M. Chu, starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. The second part to the Wicked movie adaptation, one of the most hotly anticipated movies of the rest of the year. Following that is Eternity from director David Freen, starring Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, and Callum Turner. This is a romantic comedy set in the afterlife. After that is Rental Family from Hikari, starring Brendan Fraser. Rental Family is a comedy following an American actor struggling in Japan who's able to take, potentially, the role of a lifetime. Following that is Sisu, Road to Revenge from Jalmari Helander, the sequel to action sleeper hit Sisu, starring Jorma Tormilla from the original and Stephen Lang. who fans will know from Avatar. After that is Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao, award-winning director, starring Jessie Buckley and Paul Mescal, a biopic of Shakespeare. At the beginning of December is highly anticipated horror sequel Five Nights at Freddy's 2 from director Amit Temi, starring returning Josh Hutcherson and Matthew Lillard. Also in the beginning of December, the highly anticipated re-release of Kill Bill as The Whole Bloody Affair. This exclusive theatrical re-release of Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2 combines them into a full extended edition, including an extended animated sequence, a colorized Crazy 88 fight, and more. And at Marcus Theaters, you can join us on the 6th and the 13th for a Pancakes and PJs event. The 6th is Elf, and the 13th is the Polar Express. This has been Ian, and thanks for joining us for the first episode of The Hot List.
Only thing I was missing on that was my popcorn. What is it about walking into a theater and smelling that popcorn? They just went pumping the smell.
Like walking into a bakery, you got to smell it. It's like we go to Midtown Market here in St. Charles sometimes. They have the best bakery, and it smells like a bakery.
Oh my gosh.
You can just
Starting to think they
everything
buy that
cooking.
smell and just
Yeah,
pump it
I know.
through. Yeah,
It's
delicious. All right, well, Nikki Serenity, who we love, who gets out on the town throughout different cities, finding great places to go to. Nikki Serenity has something new that's happening in your city. So, Nikki, tell us all about it.
Welcome to La Meridian in Clayton, Missouri, one of St. Louis's most beautiful and underrated hotels. A 286-room hotel in the heart of Clayton. The hotel's terrace is just now opening to the public as the Chalet at La Meridian St. Louis, Clayton. I was invited to the exclusive preview party, where we got a sneak preview at this amazing wintry experience, complete with fire pits, cozy group seating, and a curling rink for group and individual play. We got some cute little mugs, complimentary drinks, and an unforgettable festive experience with friends. Delicious food options, so obviously I had to get a little bit of everything just to try it out. It was all delicious, by the way. Remember that this is a pop-up experience, so it'll only be here for a limited time. I'll put the link to get tickets in the description so you guys can check it out too. This is a must-do in St. Louis this holiday season, and it already got me feeling in the holiday spirit. Be sure to check out the Build Your Own S'mores Bar too, perfect for winter. Maybe I don't miss summer as much as I thought I did. So grab your friends, family, or significant other and go check it out. Tell them Nikki Serenity sent you and enjoy your stay. I know I did.
Happy Thanksgiving to you all from the In Your City show, as well as the City Lifestyle magazines, Clayton, Chesterfield, and St. Charles. Each month, a new issue, a new theme, and new stories. Special thanks to our advertising partners. You are the meaning behind our magazine. You are the reason why we get to tell all these gorgeous stories every single month. We hope that you'll take a peek inside, see all the wonderful businesses that are around your city that we can support locally and help to make a big, strong community. So if you don't have the City Lifestyle magazine delivered to your home, we do deliver over 45,000 a month, plus over 3,000 or 45,000 to homes, 3,000 plus to businesses. You can go to citylifestyle.com.
/ Clayton, Chesterfield, or St. Charles, depending on which one you want to look at.
Exactly, digitally. And if you're a business out there that is looking to have something that can support you, share your message, tell your story, reach out to us. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We're everywhere where you can find us, or you can go to inyourcityshow.com and contact us. We'd love to sit down and talk with you and share your message and share your story.
And we want to remind you too to go to Fox 2 Studio STL and do that every first Wednesday of the month. You can find What's Hot in Your City, brought to you by City Lifestyle Magazine. You can see everything that's going on for that month.
And maybe you'll be one of our hot picks.
Yeah.
We would love that even more. So we want to thank you so much. And we hope that you have a safe, beautiful, and healthy Thanksgiving.
Also want to remind you too, don't forget to check out my Soul Strings episodes where we interview all types of artists. We've interviewed Boz Scaggs, Andy Summers from The Police, Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater, and Sue Granda from the Ozark Mountain Daredevils. Hopefully, I have Christopher Cross coming on soon, which would be a really cool interview. But
I love his music.
It's a thrill for me, and I hope it's a thrill for you to watch him as well, to be able to interview some of these great artists that we grew up with in the 70s and the 80s.
To find out a little bit about them personally.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing how much they open up and talk. It's just great to hear some of the history.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So check out Soul Strings. And again, you can go to our YouTube channel at In Your City Show with Kelly and Gordon and see the Soul Strings playlist there. And then, of course, they're on our In Your City Show Facebook as well. Keep telling Gordon to get a Soul Strings album on his Facebook so it makes it really easy to get
I
to.
will.
But if you'd like to contact us as well, you can go to InYourCityShow.com. You can also go to our Facebook, Instagram page. You can find us on LinkedIn. Let us know if you would like to be a part of our show, be a part of our magazine. We'd absolutely love it. So take our glass here. And of course, we always cheers at the end of the show, but we'd love to make a toast to you. We are wishing you all the happiest Thanksgiving. Enjoy that time with your family or friends. And if you're spending time alone this Thanksgiving, whip up the best turkey because you're going to get it all for yourself. Get a piece of pumpkin pie, and maybe you'll find a place to volunteer and be part of their life.
And put us on. If you're bored, and listen to us.
That's what you want to do. So cheers to you all and happy Thanksgiving.